Welcome back to the Rich Dad Radio Show. This is Kim Kiyosaki, and I'm hosting the show for Robert as he is out of town this week. Thank you for listening. I want to especially thank our guests, Samantha Meese and Connor Riley, entrepreneurs and founders of Misto Box, and our special guest, Mark Cuban, owner of the Dallas Mavericks and star of the TV show Shark Tank. It was wonderful to have him here with Sam and Connor. He is mentoring them through their Misto Box business. So now I want to come to our fun part of the show called Ask Robert, and you'll be asking Kim since Robert's not here. And I want to thank you all for sending in your questions. Keep sending in your questions to richdadradio.com. We love hearing from you. We love hearing what's on your mind. We love knowing what questions you're struggling with or looking for answers for. So please keep sending the questions to richdadradio.com. We love to hear from you, and we're hearing from people all over the world. So Melissa, first question.
Okay, Kim, thank you. Our first question today comes from Danny in Belle Plaine, Kansas. Favorite book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Danny's question is this: how many times did you fail in business, and how did you regain your ability to move forward?
How many times have I failed? I fail every day. I fail every day. This is I think one of the key questions, especially we're talking about entrepreneurship, we're talking about building a business. I think the number one fear people have is a fear of making mistakes, a fear of failure. And even Sam and Connor talked about it today, the mistakes that they made. And I asked them, are they afraid of making mistakes? They're like, no, because that's how you learn. You learn from your mistakes. The problem I think people have is making a mistake, you're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to put yourself in an unknown position sometimes. And I hate making the mistake. I can't stand it when I do. But if I step back for a moment and just say, okay, what did I learn? Because the only way we grow in our business is by making mistakes. A mistake only tells us what it is we didn't know. So when that mistake comes up, go, oh, I didn't know that. Now I know that. Let's move forward. So it's not really a matter of picking yourself up after you make a mistake and move forward. You just know you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Just know that's part of the process, and just put it in your business plan because it's going to happen. So how many times have I failed in business? Every single day. How do I regain my ability to move forward? It's not even an issue. You just got to move forward, because otherwise you're going to stop. The biggest failure is if you quit. That's probably the biggest failure, is quitting and stopping because your fear stopped you. That would be my greatest failure of all. Next question, Melissa.
Our next question comes from Ivan in Mexico. Favorite book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Ivan wants to know, what is your definition of an entrepreneur? What does it mean to you to be an entrepreneur? He says that he looked it up in the dictionary, and it basically says a businessman. What does it mean for you, Kim?
Well, it's definitely not necessarily businessman. It could be businesswoman. But my definition of an entrepreneur is somebody really that takes something from nothing, creates something out of nothing, has an idea. Look at the cash flow board game when Robert and I created that back in 1996. It was just an idea in our head. We had no really experience in the board game business. We just started putting it together. We just started doing it. And then the other part to that, I think what an entrepreneur is also a problem solver. They see a problem that needs to be solved, and they come up with a solution for that problem. So with the cash flow board game, the problem was there's no financial education taught in school, and people are not financially literate. So the board game was a way to solve that problem of how to teach financial education, make it fun, make it entertaining, so that people would want to learn. So if we look at Sam and Connor's business, Misto Box, that was just an idea. There was nothing there. They created that out of nothing. They saw a need for people to get good coffee in their homes, and they created a business around it. Now, what was more interesting is when Mark Cuban came on, his definition of an entrepreneur may be a salesperson. Because if you cannot sell, you probably are not, I'm going to say you will not be a successful entrepreneur. Because the key to successful business is sales. As Blair Singer, our sales dog expert advisor, says, sales equals income. Next question, Melissa.
Our next question comes from Adele in Arlington, Kansas. Favorite book, Cash Flow Quadrant. Adele wants to know, how do you really succeed in an MLM business?
Sell. I mean, that's one of the beauties of the multi-level marketing business, and Robert and I have supported that industry for many years. We do not support any one company, but we support the industry because they're training people to be entrepreneurs. They're training people to be business owners. And there's good companies and not so good companies. So we look for the companies that educate people in personal development and in business. And one of the keys to the business education is learning how to sell. because the network marketing industry really is about selling. It's about building up the person. It's about developing the individual. But again, if you do not develop the skills to sell, you're not going to be successful in the MLM business anyway. The other part of the success of an MLM business, which we discussed on the show today, Mark Cuban is a mentor to Sam and Connor. In the MLM industry, you have a lot of mentors that are going to walk you through the process, hold your hand in many cases, and be your mentor in your business. 2 keys to the MLM business and 2 keys to successful entrepreneurship and business ownership. So again, I want to thank our guests. Thank you all for sending in your questions. Thank you for listening. I think this was a really fun show today with Sam and Connor and Mark Cuban. Again, if you have an idea, you want to turn it into a business, listen to this show again. A lot of great advice today, especially from Mark Cuban. I wish you the best of success in whatever path you choose, because there are many paths open.
You've been listening to the Rich Dad Radio Show with Robert Kiyosaki. To learn more about the good news and bad news about money, go to richdadradio.com.
The Westin Kierland Resort and Spa, located in the heart of Scottsdale, Arizona, is the #1 resort for family travel. The resort's Adventure Water Park offers the best in water fun with a lazy river, water slide, and the newest attraction, Kierland Flow Rider. Come experience the thrill and excitement of flow boarding. Whether you want to bodyboard or surf the wave, there's fun for the whole family at Westin Kierland Resort and Spa. When looking to relax, visit Agave Spa for rejuvenation of mind, body, and soul. You'll be sure to sink into vacation mode during the Westin Kierland signature Bagpipes at Sunset. So whether you're looking for a relaxing getaway or a family fun vacation poolside in the beautiful Arizona sunshine, it's Westin Kierland Resort and Spa. Call 480-624-1202. That's 480-624-1202. Or book online at ilovekierlandresort.com. That's ilovekierlandresort.com. ilovekierlandresort.com.
That's the sound my coffee mug made when it hit the kitchen floor after I realized my 16-year-old son was addicted to meth. This is the sound of him being rushed to the hospital after we found him strung out on his bedroom floor. And this is how it sounds when he tells you he's finally ready for treatment.
If you're in recovery from addiction, share your story with the partnership at drugfree.org. Your story can change someone else's.
From the partnership at drugfree.org and drugfreeaz.org.